Yesterday I spoke a little bit about the flood. Today I'm going to speak about the Tower of Babel. But we're going to compare the two and why people were punished and how they were punished. The flood, of course, was anarchy. People doing whatever they felt like doing, committing all sorts of grievous sins, having sex and not only with whoever they felt like, but whatever they felt like. And that's the reason, because of the evil that was going on, they were also robbing and killing. So obviously, it was a very bad situation. But Noah, as we remember, was a righteous man in his generation. He and his family were saved. And he basically was told to refill the land. This time we had the laws, the sort of Noahite laws that I spoke about yesterday. So it was within the framework of law. Now we get to the Tower of Babel. And the story of the Tower of Babel is 9 verses. The question I have to ask is, what was going on with the Tower of Babel? Why were people punished for that? They're trying to reach heaven. Isn't that a noble goal, noble gesture? Well, if you read the verses very carefully, you'll make a discovery that they were using the same language with the same words. Why does the Bible repeat itself? If they're using the same language, they're using the same words. Why do I have to have that extra verse? And the answer is, it was totalitarianism. The king had decided to do this. There was no objection from people. They weren't allowed to object. And I'm sure he used some great words. Like, remember the snake in the Garden of Eden who used some very sweet words to fool Eve into doing something wrong, and then she convinced Adam? Well, probably the same thing happened here. Totalitarians never give their real goal. They are always putting it behind very sweet words. The communists are very good at this. Hamas has turned out to be very good at this. And what they're basically pushing is a lie. And the lie is they want control and they want you to follow and don't ask questions. Right now, I'm in a place called Bulgaria. Bulgaria lived for about 45 years under the yoke of the communists. And the communists were not sweet people. Once they took power, they were totalitarianism. In fact, many years ago when I was a youth, uh, somebody in Israel said, communism is nothing more than red fascism. And he's right. But God is against totalitarianism. He wants you to have discussions. Now, the truth is, in order to have a real discussion, you have to be honest and tell the truth. You have to be able to back up your arguments. Something totalitarians don't like to do. They will say something and it could be a lie. They don't care. So this is what the Bible is coming to teach us. You can have a discussion and it can be very good, but you will advance with that discussion for the betterment of man. If what you're saying is a lie and it will lead only to totalitarianism, then all bets are out. It will lead to disaster. And note that the punishment for the Tower of Babel was not that people were killed, they just began speaking different languages. We want this mixture. We want people to be able to debate and say what they think. Something to think.